what I know is that whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to do, whatever it is difficult, it is still somebody who is going to do it.
In the show, we have a lot of guests who come with a very specific method, very specific practice. But with you, we basically come back to the basics when it all starts with. In the Micka show, we highlight practical methods to create a meaningful impact in our personal and professional life. Thanks for joining us today, and let the show begin. Hello everyone. Hello Mr. Nam.
Hello.
Good to have you on board today.
Good to see you again.
Yes. Mr. Nam, I just want to be clear, Mr. Nam.
Yes.
It's not because we're super polite, it's his real stage name, all right? Okay, so this being said, Mr. Nam, you've been here for more than 10 years.
Yes.
You speak Vietnamese fluently, hello.
Come on.
You have a business in clothing, you have a YouTube channel, Afro Viet TV, more than 70K followers, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And you did all of this.
And I'm a teacher as well.
And you're a teacher, so Jesus, this guy is full of talent. And I know you overcome so many difficulties to establish yourself in Vietnam.
Exactly.
So today we're going to talk about all these like hardships and how it shaped your identity on social media, your identity on your channel. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot to teach to us.
I'm scared.
So don't be scared. But first and foremost, I wonder, Mr. Nam, so you've been here for a long time.
Yes.
According to you, what Vietnam has to offer to entrepreneurs, content creators?
I think Vietnam is a massive bag of potential when it comes to entrepreneurs and content creators as well. You get to decide what kind of products, and you get to, meet a whole lot of people, like-minded people who are interested in the things that you want to involve yourself with. So Vietnam offers a lot of potentials when it comes to being an entrepreneur and being a creative person as well.
And speaking of both being an entrepreneur and a creative person, where do you think we should start? What's the first step on this journey?
For me, start from the heart.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Exactly. So it's starting is always the most difficult part of every journey.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to start in your life, it takes determination. It takes passion. It takes talent, but talent alone is not enough. There are so many talented people, but they end up going through the wrong directions, and they waste the talent. But let me tell you something. An untalented person who works really hard achieves more than a talented person who is lazy.
Agree.
So it takes not just the talent. Talent is a gift, but you have to nurture the talent. You have to make sure it's like a flower. If you leave the flower, no matter how beautiful it is, if you don't water it, it dies. So it's like a flower, you keep nurturing it, you keep watering it until it grows and becomes beautiful.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I was wondering, which challenges did you encounter in Vietnam and how did you overcome them?
Oh, if you talk about challenges, I don't think you have enough episodes to do
No,
that.
but like,
I understand.
what did happen?
Kidding.
How did you overcome?
Yeah, because, every day for me is a struggle, is a challenge. One, being a person of color in a different environment, of course, it's gonna be challenging. One of the first things was, as I said, color difference. As a professional actor coming here, I went into teaching straight away. But during the time, I had a passion. Passion is the word for me. I still have a passion for acting, doing my job and doing the things that I was doing back home. But to get a job as an actor here is a different issue completely, because I didn't speak the language then, not like now. And even if I did speak the language, most of the directors or most of the castings that I went to, auditions, they don't have a script.
No.
A character for me. There is nothing.
For me neither, not many guys, so chill, chill.
No,
You're not the only one.
Usually for foreigners, most times, and it becomes very difficult for me to get into the business that I knew of. So it was a big challenge for me. Secondly was having to understand the language.
Yeah.
Getting through Vietnamese, I tell you guys, Vietnamese is one of the most difficult languages And this is coming from someone who speaks 6 different languages. So Vietnamese is one of the toughest languages you can ever learn. So it was a massive challenge. It still is a challenge for so many foreigners till date.
Most of us. For most of us.
For many foreigners till date. But what I know is that whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to do, whatever it is difficult, it is still somebody who is going to do it.
What do you mean?
Whatever is difficult, whatever they say, oh, this is extremely difficult, it still takes somebody who is determined to do that thing.
Determination.
Yeah, determination. I always say this, that it takes results to cancel insult. So whatever you're doing, people really don't pay attention to your struggle or to the journey, to the story behind your journey. At the end of the day, they're asking, what did you achieve with it? So if you had worked for 10 years and you didn't have anything pinned to your name, people will look back. They won't even ask you, what have you been doing this 10 years? They will only look at the results. So if you want to cancel the insults, let the results speak for itself. So it takes results to cancel insults.
Speaking of which, do you have any specific method, a practice, help you to focus on your results, both for business and content creation?
There is no manual. There is no manual for what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. Every day is a lesson for all of us. You know, every day you wake up, you learn something new. Whatever comes every day is what you learn from. That is why everything that happens in my life, I never go back to say, this is a failure. No. I consider most of my failures as lessons that I paid for.
Student mind.
Yes.
You focus on
I focus on the positives. I focus on the positive. People think I'm crazy, but I'm not. So
you crazy is one of these things. Crazy is just one of them, guys.
I'm always crazy, but I try as much as possible to always look out for even if the lights, it's just like 5%.
Yeah.
The other 95 doesn't make sense to me. I only focus on the 5%. So because positivity brings good energy.
Yeah.
So once you're always looking out, once you're always being positive minded, whatever comes to your life, you see it, you try as much as possible to twist it around. So even if it's negative, even if it's bad feelings, bad energy, whatever it is, but you try to twist it and make it look like.
Yeah. Try to find the good
I
in
give
the
you
bad.
an example.
Tell me.
For instance, I'm driving on a motorbike and then maybe one old lady just drove past me and I hit my motorbike, just fell down, slightly fell down. Instead of mourning and crying and blaming the old lady, I just look at it that it might have been something that could have happened at the front. Maybe there would have been a truck that would have hit me. So, but I got prevented for it because this old lady prevented me from having that massive accident at the front. That's how I see life. I did not see the obstruction or the accident, the little minor accident that happened here. I was looking at, it could have been worse. I could have been driving the way I was driving. Maybe I was reckless. That was why it took that lady to stop me from hurting myself, because I could have been on the major road still driving like that and got hit by a truck and died. So I always pick something positive from every situation that people might consider a failure.
I think it's a very nice way of expressing it, because in the show we have a lot of guests who come with a very specific method, very specific practice. But with you, we basically come back to the basics when it all starts with the right mindset.
Yeah. Mindset.
To reset ourselves and being always like, try to find positive things. Even everything seems like, oh, I had this accident, this lady, so annoying, I'm late. Oh no. Thanks God, at least I'm alive, in one piece.
Exactly.
Everything is going. This is a signal from the universe. Maybe I should slow down.
Exactly.
So I think it's very simple, yet very wise.
Difficult to practice. It is very difficult. And people might think it's religious. It's not really religious for me.
Spiritual.
I think it's spiritual more like. It's not about religion. It's about spirituality. It's about knowing what to focus on, knowing what to pay attention to, and erase all the negative vibes and all the negative energies around you and focus on the 1%, which might be the positive. It might override all the other 90%, 99% of the negatives.
Is this also the attitude you have by extension in your businesses?
Yes, exactly. The same. I've encountered massive downfalls, in quotes, a lot. But every bit of downfall that I've encountered during the course of trying new things has been, oh, this was a mistake I made in this. I picked that point and apply the same correction in the next thing that I'm going to do. Because it's like a lesson. Free, massive lesson. So you learn from that, and it helps you to become a better CEO, a better content creator, a better businessman. Because I've failed. You cannot achieve success without experiencing failure. So whatever, for instance, if you are going into air conditioning, for instance,
okay.
So you are only going to enjoy the air conditioning more if you have been in the sun.
Oh, that's deep, especially for us people living in Vietnam.
Exactly.
Or you guys from other hot countries.
You won't understand it. You won't understand the importance and how beautiful the cold weather is, except you've experienced hot weather. So if you go out during the hot sunny afternoon in Ho Chi Minh City in Saigon, it's burning. And then when you come into your office, it's so cold. Oh my days.
Nice.
That is how you appreciate the little air condition that ordinarily you might have been inside the air condition the whole day without moving out, but you don't value it. But once you go out and you come back in, oh my days. Good.
I think it's very important, this capacity that we should develop in order to see the positive everywhere, positive mind. Thank you
everything.
For this. Yes.
Be thankful, be grateful. Everything, every time. Always see the bright side of life.
One more time, I really like this attitude, positive attitude that you have in your life and you use by extension in your different businesses. Yes. Before we separate, because the show is coming to an end, unfortunately, I have one last question for you, Mr. Nam.
Go ahead.
According to you, what can we do to have a better quality of life?
Oh, that's a very good question that I don't think a lot of people really think about. They just try to, cái gì cũng được.
Cái gì cũng được.
Cái gì cũng được. So for me, I've always had this, it's like, it's not a ritual, but it's something that I've been practicing since I was in my late teens. So it's called me time. Create a me time. This time, let me tell you, the most important person, it is not being selfish. The most important person in your life is yourself. You have to understand that. Because if you say, no, what about my partner? What about, this is selfish. No, think about it. For you to be able to love somebody else, you have to love yourself first.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't give what you don't have. So for you to care for somebody else, you have to make sure you are okay for you to take care of somebody else. So if you create that me time, it helps you to take care of yourself, your spirituality, your personal growth. You take your time. Sometimes I just throw the phone away and just focus to just reminisce on the good times and all the good feelings, all the good vibes. And it helps me to start thinking about the next thing to do. That me time, it can be 1 hour in a day, it can be 30 minutes, you have your schedule, you have your plans for the day. But make sure every day you create a me time for yourself, time to speak to yourself, time to have a conversation with you, yourself, with just you, alone by yourself, no distractions. Even if you have kids, even if you have partners, just relax by yourself. Create that time for yourself. It helps you to calm yourself down, even to quieten all the noises that surrounds you. Me time.
You time for you guys. Thank you, Mr. Nam, so much for coming on the show today. You guys remember to follow the Micka Show, to follow also Afroviet TV. You take care.
Thank you very much.
And we meet very soon for our collab. We have a soon a collab coming, guys.
We have a collab coming too. Micka is going to be showing us about Vietnamese dishes.
Oui.
And it's going to be in Vietnamese.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Micka. I wish you all the best in this show. I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you. Oh, come here.